you all ready for your main event? You know what I'm gonna do. I said, are you ready for the main event? The following contest is scheduled for one fall. There will be no time limit, and it will be for the NRG Heavyweight Championship.
Folks, the time for talk is over. The richest prize in NRG is about to be up for grabs, and Scott Levesque cannot wait to get his hands on said title. He's not even waiting for the match to start.
Oh,
crying out loud.
Jesus! Now, don't forget, Bobby, there's a very important point to be had about this match. Scott Levesque holds a pinfall victory over Mike Montero in the 8-man elimination match back in November. Levesque pinned the champion, scored the victory. Montero was able to defend his title in the 3-way against Scott Levesque and Stephen Loss, barely, just barely. But now in a one-on-one situation, Levesque looks more focused to me, and I'm looking at him right now. He has been training hard. He has been in the gym.
Oh, yeah.
I have to say daily.
Oh, yeah. No, I can definitely see a change in the physique of Scott Levesque, let alone when he started here at NRG, but just based on his last appearance here at NRG. Now, Mike Montero, you want to talk about all that ancient history. It might have happened just a couple of shy months ago. And I tell you what, Dallas, this is a whole new ball game. You got a man in Mike Montero who was told his entire freaking career that he wasn't big enough, that he wasn't tall enough, that he wasn't strong enough. And that is the kind of naysayership that has kept this man fueled and fired up. Taking on a grizzled vet like Scott Levesque and besting him and properly defending his NRG gold would be just the notch that Montero needs to cement it home that he truly is a force to be reckoned with here in New England.
It has driven him night in and night out. He has not for 1 second taken his foot off the gas, and as the champion, you can't. Oh, but he just got driven straight into the ring post right there.
As the thing, Scott Levesque has been in countless championship matchups. Much like Chris Cruz, like we mentioned before, he knows how to get the most out of the least amount of offense. Just a simple sidestep will turn the entire forecast of the match around.
Listen, Bobby, Scott Levesque has had a long and very decorated career. I've known this man a long time. This is the best I have seen him. I'm serious about that. He's bringing something else right now. I'm looking into his eyes. He's got a different kind of intensity tonight. If there is ever a night where Scott Levesque can beat Mike Montero, where Scott Levesque can capture that championship, I think it's tonight.
Well, you know what, Dallas? I've had a chance to hear Scott Levesque in passing. I've tried to get an interview with him, and he threatened my life. But I've heard him in passing talking about how he's not ready to pass the torch. He doesn't see himself as the old guard, and he doesn't appreciate this new crop nipping up on his heels. He is here to claim what's his. He considers himself a cornerstone of the Fairhaven VFW and a cornerstone of New England professional wrestling. There's a lot to be proven here tonight.
You're very, very right. The way Scott Levesque sees it, he has spent a lot of time and effort working his way to being the top of this business. He has earned his spot.
Yeah, that's the thing though, Dallas, you can earn your spot all you want. You're at the top of the mountain. You're going to have countless people from all angles looking to dethrone you.
And what an interesting position that puts him in. Not too dissimilar to being the champion. Interesting how both of these two looking to overcome each other in a fairly similar way. Scott Levesque looking to defeat the champion, prove himself, put himself at the top of the mountain. Mike Montero looking to defeat the old guard, put himself at the top of the mountain.
A lot of full circle taking place right here in this matchup. You got to understand, both of these guys cut their teeth in professional wrestling in this building many moons ago, many promotions ago.
It's interesting and it's rare that you see a match like, oh, there's a pin attempt. Like I was going to say, it's interesting and rare that you see a match like this where one man's the new guard, one man's the challenger.
Well, Scott Levesque isn't ready to just, roll over and die.
Oh, no.
Not by any means. He's got a lot more miles left in him. He's got a lot more gas left in the tank. And I'll be honest, I don't think he respects Montero.
No.
Not as an individual, not as an athlete or a competitor. I really don't. And that's the mindset you got to be in to drive yourself forward, but I think that's shitty.
There's a way of looking at that until someone beats you one-on-one, you don't respect them. If you are of the stature that Scott Levesque is at, if you've had the career that Scott Levesque has had, until someone can actually beat you, not in a three-way, where all kinds of things can happen without pinning you, but one-on-one in the middle of that ring, you don't have to respect them. You don't have to view them as your equal. I think you made a really good point there, Bobby. I think Levesque already sees himself as the champion in waiting, and tonight he is just righting the scales, turning the hands of justice the way they ought to be, and he's going to do it right now. Slingshot back suplex.
Really folding Montero in half, putting a lot of pressure on the neck. Now that's the thing. You can knock a person out and drape yourself over them for a 3, but if you really crank somebody's neck bad enough, you can put them in a spot where they can't even lift their own arm. And I'll tell you, sensational Scott Levesque has nothing but bad intentions for Mike Montero in this match tonight.
We talk about how Mike Montero plays the long game by nature. Scott Levesque plays it because of experience, because he's been doing this for so long, doing it well for so long. But that long game might be, no. I was going to say it might be interrupted. Oh, looking for that DDT that could have ended this. Montero tries for the hook kick, tries for the roundhouse. Oh, the hook kick is on the mark the second time. Not enough to put it away, though. Almost retained his title. Oh, my God, I came out of my seat over that.
Levesque has done his homework clearly, but that third sideways roundhouse crescent kick, I'll tell you, he didn't see that one coming, and boy, did he eat all of it. I think he kicked out of sheer instinct. Levesque doesn't know where he is.
No, Bobby, look at this, though. Levesque's already to one knee. Montero's on his back.
I've seen people stand up.
Montero's back up! Sorry to interrupt you, but he grabs him, turns him around, neck breaker over the knee. Oh my God. Mike Montero electrifying this crowd, sending a current through each and every one of us. Throws the legs over. Oh, double knees to the back of the neck.
Montero has gotten himself into a higher gear, and it seems as if he is firmly in the driver's seat. Levesque is reeling, scampering now for that corner to lean up against. Big signature face wash by Mike Montero.
Bringing a little something special tonight. Almost put him away. Not quite. Now, we talked about this being the night for Scott Levesque. That last series of moves you just saw right there, Bobby, you got to agree with me here. Mike Montero is on tonight.
He's bringing every bit of the fire because Mike Montero doesn't need to win. The guy can't lose. He's obsessed by it.
Montero climbing the ropes here, attempting the double stomp. Does not get it, but he's back up to his feet. Montero knows how to recover from missing that move, but he gets caught with the spear.
Oh, that rib cage is in a world of hurt right now.
Be it.
A deep hook in the leg. No! Oh, Callaway says 2. Callaway says 2. This match will continue.
We had a good angle on it. Callaway is right. Mike Montero got that shoulder up, but when I say barely, Bobby, I mean barely he got that shoulder up.
Montero, knowing what is on the line, refuses to give in. Levesque has got him set in his crosshairs.
Levesque has him up. He's thinking DDT, and if he gets it, no, inside cradle. Mike Montero has him. Almost. Levesque gets taken down. Montero looking for the sharper image. Can he cross the legs? No. The legs were in fact too thick, but Montero rolls him up. Schoolboy does not get it. Levesque's back up. DDT! Spiked him right on top of his head. But Montero, I don't know if it was instinct. I don't know if it was strategy. I don't know if it was just sheer luck. Mike Montero out of the ring to safety. For now, because the ref has started his count. And Mike Montero landed, when I say he landed on his head, I mean he landed on his head.
I saw him snap up from the impact.
Oh, yeah.
I'll tell you, it's not the way he wants to defend his title, but technically speaking, he could lay down for a 10 count and he would still be the NRG heavyweight champion. You cannot win a match via countout. You can't win a title by countout.
Levesque comes in for it, eats a forearm to the face. Montero finding his way into this as best he can, but Levesque just pushed him. Not even caused him to fall where the sun don't shine, shoved him there. That's going to take him out momentarily, perhaps long enough.
Levesque's got a chancery in on Montero.
And you know he's got the strength to execute the superplex from here. But
Montero makes his way to freedom. He's ascended that top buckle. What the hell's he got in mind here, Dallas?
Sunset flip! Almost, but he's still got the legs and straight into the sharper image. Can he turn him around? Those thick legs of Scott Levesque doing him favors here. But Montero is somehow able to turn him around, leans deep into it, and Scott Levesque taps out. Scott Levesque taps out. Mike Montero scratching and clawing his way to that victory.
And I tell you what, Dallas, by hook or by crook, Montero never says die. What the hell is this?
BMT! BMT right on him! The #1 contender, Brendan Michael Thomas, earned that title shot earlier tonight. Doesn't even give Montero a moment to celebrate that incredible victory.
I ain't the least bit surprised. This guy has made it all about
Montero
himself.
turns him over.
Since day one, I hope Montero knocks his lights out.
Oh, the referees having to get in here. Separating these two. Oh my God, it is a brawl right here. Half the roster and every single referee can't keep these two apart. On the 31st, when they meet, it is going to be war, but I think it's going to be war tonight. Both of these two men out for blood.
Well, think about it like this. If BMT injures the current champion, and he being the #1 contender,
it's a great position to be in. Mike Montero not giving an inch of ground, though. Both of these two doing everything they can just to get their hands on each other. Like I said, every referee in half the locker room, not enough to keep them apart.
1 month! That's all you got! 1 month till you choke, fool! 1 month till you choke! Till you choke! Till you choke! Thank God 10 years think you're entitled to something!
chomping at the bit to get his hands on BMT. A fighting champion through and through with a proper defense here tonight.
Mike Montero has retained his title, but will it be the final time? Because next month he goes one-on-one with BMT.